I am on the autism spectrum. I think that's kind of hot right now. I think that's in. Most people you've seen tonight up here have autism, so. I think I'm doing okay. When I was 16, I got this new doctor, and within 5 minutes of meeting with me for the first time, our first session together, he's reading off my medical chart, and he gets down to autism. I got a lot of stuff wrong with me, and he gets down to autism, and he goes, "Autism?" And I'm like, "I'm here." And then he's like, "That's weird. I don't see it." And I was just like, "Well, it's not a seeing condition, so that might be why." And then he apologizes. He's like, "Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just not picking up the vibes." And I was just like, maybe you're also autistic then, because I've been hard blinking and looking at the floor this whole time. I think I checked the boxes. And then he goes, "You know what? I think I'm just going to take this off your medical chart for right now." And I was like, "You can do that?" And he's like, "I'm a doctor. I can do whatever the fuck I want." And I was like, "All right, do what you got to do, but you don't even know how much I like aquariums yet, so." Do what you got to do, but I love aquariums. And it's I'm not arguing with him, I was 16 at the time. I'm in high school. High school, prime time to not have autism anymore. If you do not know this, it's true, okay? A lot of kids are mean in high school. They tried to bully me the next day too. They're like, "You're autistic," and I was just like, "Not anymore, actually." Pulled a fast one on you boys. Haha, all good now. Talked to a guy, he said, "I'm straight, we're good. We can go to Sea Life or something now, I guess." I had a rough start to the beginning of the year. I started the new year off with 3 ear infections. Beats the fuck out of me how that happens. I don't know if I have a third ear somewhere growing that I don't know about. 3 ear infections. That's what happened. And then a week after that, I still got the ear infections. I don't know why they stay for so long. And I was driving, got into a car accident. It was my fault. I tried to cut off 2 teenagers who were trying to run a red light, so. Oops, my bad. Crushed my car, like one of the beer cans that came out of their car, and I was just, I was pretty. I had to get a new car. So I got a new car, and I was like, I know what, I'm going to get a Prius. People like Teslas a lot right now, kind of. Not really anymore. But I was like, people like Teslas because they're all electric. Prius, half electric. That's half as cool as a Tesla, right? That was a mistake. I got a Prius thinking it was going to be hip and sick, and people still hate them. People hate them. People hate them because they're slow, and I get it. They are slow. I didn't realize how slow they were. I did get a 3rd-gen Prius, though. Daddy's got money. Milked those teenagers' mom. Okay. All right. Wow, that sounded crazy. I meant I got a lot of money. Not yeah, you get it. Okay, so got a Prius. I got the 3rd-gen though. I got all the modes, the special modes in the Prius. I don't know if there's any 3rd-gen Prius owners in the crowd, but there's this little button called Power Mode, and when you press Power Mode, you get to accelerate really fast to almost the speed of a regular car. And I just use that to pass bikers when I have to, so. So I had that car for a week, really liked it, and then the head gasket blew. I didn't know what was going on. The check engine light came on, went right to the dealership. I usually don't go to dealerships because I don't trust them, but Invergrove Toyota does have an aquarium, so. I was like, that'll keep me pretty occupied while they're looking at this fucking thing. Then the guy comes out after a few hours and he's like, yeah, your head gasket's blown. We got to replace it. It's going to be $3,500. And I was devastated. So I started freaking out. I was just like, oh, what if I like don't pay that? Yeah, what if I don't pay that? I go into the display room and just blow my brains out on the Highlanders. What if I just painted the new RAV4s? Just hit the noodle, spread the pasta. Just ear infections all over the windshield. Would that be a better, can I do that? And then this guy looks at me and he goes, hey man, like, I know what you're going through. I have a Subaru. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. So I bit the bullet, not literally, I didn't, I fixed the head gasket. Well, they fixed it. I paid through the nose for it, and then I was all wound up, and that night I had like an at-home sleep study test I had to do, because I have sleep apnea. This is, stuff's not good in this country when someone who looks like this has sleep apnea. Okay? So I'm doing the at-home sleep, and I don't know what to do. I'm not a doctor, so I'm like trying to remember, and I'm just like hooking myself up with this thing they gave me in a briefcase, and I remember the guy was like, just do what you normally do before you go to bed. So I was like, okay, I'm beaten off, and then I'm like, I hope this thing can't like hear. Like it's just got to be like measurements of movement or something, right? I'm like, they can't be listening to me, right? So I'm like blasting porn, and I'm couldn't fall asleep. I was too worked up. I didn't feel good. I couldn't fall asleep. I had all that shit on me like a fucking alien. So I started like working on bits that I was trying to do, or some new bits I'm trying to work on. And I don't know. I like talk out loud to myself sometimes when I work on bits. And then I gave them the sleep study back the next day, and then I realized if they can hear what's going on, they pretty much just listened to me jack off, and then over and over again went, I'm gonna blow my brains out of the Toyota dealership. Clean my ear infections off the windshield. Hit the noodle, spread the pasta. That's all they heard. So I'm just waiting for them to call me and be like, hey, you have sleep apnea. Also, you should see a therapist or something.